Asia is the largest, most diverse region of the 6 United Nations continental regions. Asia spans from the Middle East all the way over to Japan and down to India. Across Asia, and even within individual countries, we see incredible diversity in every way, even in the church. Every 100 miles, there's a different experience of Christianity in both practice and persecution. One thing to note about Asia's religious history is that almost all major world religions, including Christianity, began in Asia. Like in many places, though, the history of colonization throughout Asia makes its church history complicated. So, what are some of the primary statistics about Asia and its role in the global population and global church? Asia makes up 60% of the global population and 16% of the Christians in the world. 9% of the region is Christian, which is 417 million Christians. If those 417 million Christians were 100 people, most would have proper nourishment, access to electricity, and secondary education. 59 would have internet, and 43 would have adequate access to doctors. 41 would be likely to live over 75, and 93 would live on $10 to $100 per day. Most also live in areas considered moderately corrupt, and all live with bad air quality. When it comes to religious freedom, Asia is the most difficult region in the world for someone to be Christian, or any religion. In 26 of the 39 countries of Asia, religious minorities experience routine persecution from either the government or their neighbors. Asia is also the least reached region of the world, with only 61% of the population having access to the gospel. That means over 39% of people do not know someone who is a Christian. Let's dive deeper into 2 areas of Asia's religious makeup. First, its diversity. This region has more ethnic, social, and religious diversity than any other continent. Because of this diversity, describing Asian Christianity can be difficult. The experiences in Afghanistan, Singapore, the Philippines, and Turkey look completely different. Almost everywhere in Asia, being a Christian means being a religious minority. Only 5 countries are majority Christian. Asia has the countries with the most Muslims, most non-religious, most Hindus, most Buddhists, most Baha'is, and most Confucianists. South Korea is actually one of the most religiously diverse countries in the world, with 5 religions making up 10% or more of the population each. Despite this religious diversity, there is a widespread belief in Asia that your ethnic group is synonymous with certain religions, which makes it difficult for someone to follow Jesus. So many Asian Christians have to consistently persevere in their relationship with Jesus, as neighbors or family members of different faiths disapprove. The second area to dive deep into is the growing church in Asia. New waves of post-colonial and contextualized theology are helping the church grow. Asia has some of the fastest growing and newest churches in the world in countries like Mongolia, Nepal, and Cambodia. Migration is also changing Asian Christianity. 90% of the population in the Philippines, for example, is Christian, and as millions of Filipinos move abroad for work, other countries are becoming more Christian. Almost 2 million Filipino Christians are practicing their faith in new countries. In the Middle East, on the opposite side of Asia, 5% of people are Christian, and 18% of Christians speak Tagalog, the most widely used language of the Philippines. As we look to the future of the Asian church, something important for us to know is that Asia contains the 2 largest nations in the world, India and China. Large house church movements in China and growing Pentecostal movements in India are leading to more people practicing Christianity in these historically non-Christian nations. What happens in these 2 countries could determine the future of the church in Asia. Either way, the courage of Christians in Asia to live out their faith where Christianity is outside the social and cultural norm is incredibly powerful. It's something that's valuable that we can all learn from.